Okay, I also received, I think, 3 mails about this question, why it was that specific answer, and how you should tackle these kind of data sufficiency questions. The question is as follows: if k is an integer such that 56 is smaller than k and k is smaller than 66, what's the value of k? And then we get the first statement: if k were divided by 2, the remainder would be 1. Okay, so the first statement is, if k were divided by 2, the remainder would be 1. Okay, this means actually it's going to be odd, right? Because if you divide a number and you get by 2 and you get a remainder of 1, it's only possible with the odd numbers. So k will be like 57, 59, 61, 63, or 65. Okay, so that's the info about the first statement, and that's of course not sufficient. Not data sufficient to answer the question what's the value of k. So not sufficient. Not sufficient. So what do we directly know? If we have like our scratch paper A, B, C, D, E, it's not going to be A, it's not going to be D. Only one is sufficient, or both are sufficient. So it's going to be B, C, or E. Okay, let's check the second statement. Second statement is, if k plus 1 were divided by 3, the remainder would be 0. Okay, so if k plus 1 were divided by remainder would be 0. So that's the case by all the numbers which are 1 less than the table of 3. So if you have like the number k is 59, you get this number, k plus 1 will be 60, and 60 you can divide by 3 where you get a remainder of 0. So all the numbers 1 less than the table of 3. So k is 59, 62, and 65. That's still possible because k has to be smaller than 66. So okay, here we get like 3 k's, 3 possible values, and that's of course also not sufficient to answer this question if statement 2 is sufficient. So statement 2 alone is also not sufficient. So now we have to check, okay, is it C or E? Is it like together is it sufficient, or even together not sufficient? And as you can see, if we combine these possibilities, you can see, okay, 59 are both here and 65 are both here. So the number is going to be like 59 or 65. So we still have 2 options. So even if we combine the 2 statements, k is going to be 59 or 65. So that is even not sufficient info to answer this question. So the answer is E. And this is definitely a 550 plus question, guys. 550 plus level question.